Why does someone go through massive spiritual warfare within their family? Especially when you unplug and you go through a spiritual awakening. Why does the individual who has this spiritual awakening goes through the most warfare within their own family? You have to understand something. A lot of y'all shouldn't even be, should not be alive right now. A lot of y'all. A lot of y'all should not be here. But that was the mercy and the grace of God, of course, protecting you and watching over you. Because He formed everybody in the womb, right? So a lot of y'all, you'll find out one way or another, as a kid, you was almost sacrificed or even almost killed as a kid by your own family. You'd be surprised with the stories you'll find out. Even you already had gifts as a kid, but you already had people who were speaking over your life, saw certain things about you. You saw things as a kid, so you already knew things was going on. You even spoke things as a kid without understanding things. You was already gifted because God gave you already these gifts. So you have to understand when you go through the spiritual awakening, and when it happens later on in life, not during these early stages, later on when you, whoa, when you start seeing what you start seeing, that's because God removed that veil from your eyes. Now He opened up your spiritual eyes, right? And the reason why you go, through warfare within your own family, your bloodlines, and even Joseph went through it with his brothers. David was betrayed by close companions and families. Um, Scriptures in Luke, Mark, Matthew, and Jeremiah warns about betrayal from family, even those in the household. It talks about that. Even Yeshua warned that loyalty to him might divide families. And you've even seen stories even on the news and social medias where people in different religions or had different beliefs and they turn to Yeshua, and what happens? You start seeing a story about their own family member, a father, or somebody in the family member, killed that person who turned to Yeshua. Like murdering their own family. So you see what's happening. So you have to understand the reason why you go through spiritual warfare within the family is because when you go through a spiritual awakening, God is revealing now hearts, motives. You are now seeing everything and people for who they really are. Either they're battling with demons, or either they're a witch or a warlock, or they're in cahoots with it, or some of them are cloned, and some of them are shapeshifters. You're going to see this. And this is why people start to move a certain way towards you. But that's because God opened up your eyes. Because you already had all these gifts as a baby. So now it's now you coming into what God wanted you to be. Or what God is going to work into your life. Because God's in charge, not you. So what happens is, you have a mother. You have a father. Let me tell it to you how deep this goes within the tree of your family. You have a mother. You have a father. They birthed you in, right? God formed you into the womb. You have your mother has brothers, sisters, grandma. Her parents, which is your uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa, depending how many kids your grandma, grandpa has from the side, the line of your mother. Those are your aunts, uncles, and that's your grandma, grandpa, because those are her parents. The same goes with your father too. Your father, his side, he has brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. He has parents, grandma, grandpa. From his side, they too have parents. Boom. Those are your great grandpa, grandparents. And then it goes great, 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 because it keeps going, right? Then it gets, you have cousins, because from both sides of your mother and father, they got either their sister got married to somebody from the outside, and that person came in with their own family already, but they came in to marry your aunt, so now that becomes your uncle. Vice versa with your uncle who found a woman from the outside, that becomes your aunt, right? From both sides, from mommy and daddy side. That's as deep as it goes. So your cousin, the cousins that you have from both father and mother side, they have They link to you, of course, but then they also have their family from either the auntie who your uncle married, or your auntie who from the uncle side that came in as as the outsider who married your aunt, or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm getting at? So they have your cousins got the family line from that side too. See, as deep as this goes. So you have to understand within this whole tree, this whole line, and all the families in this world goes through this. You hear the talking? All the families will go through this. You have to understand something, that there are people in your family from way back then, even to the present, to the present, down to the current, but from way back then, some of these individuals in your family, from grandma to grandpa, aunt, uncles, cousins, and vice versa, from way down from both mommy and daddy side, some of them sacrificed people. Some of them made contracts and deals with demons. From way back, even to your circle now. Like, well, from the family, your current, to way back from both sides. Some of them are witches. Some of them are warlocks. Some of them are covens. Some of them go to church. Some of them, you have people in your family that, some of them are Masons. Some of them are with the Vatican. Some of them are in government. You'd be surprised. So some of them are not even, they cloned, hybrid mixes, shapeshifters. That's as deep as this goes from within the whole line. So you got people in your family, on within their family, your grandparents, their parents, vice versa, with their children. Some of them did sacrifices. Some of them made deals with demons, right? Oh, if I get this, you can have this. Some of them cursed their entire bloodline. They put that on that whole bloodline from deals that they did, or mistakes, or whatever. See how deep this goes? So this is why you go through that warfare when you unplug and wake up when the Most High opens up your eyes. Why? Because you are now seeing the spiritual realm in between, right? So now the discernment, you're seeing hearts and motives and the stuff that people were, whatever they were hiding, you're gonna see it from both your mother's side and your father's side. See, you are you're the, they call it the generational curse breaker, the cycle breaker, the bloodline. Like it stops. Like, oh, I'm not gonna do with the rest of the people from way back to try to. You see, this is why you go through the most warfare, because there's people in your family who made deals with demons, who did sacrifices, who did rituals, who did promises, who signed contracts. It gets deep like that, and those are the ones that it comes to the bloodline. You see, and this is why you go through the warfare that you go through. I'm telling you. If you with everybody and you kicking in and everything is all cool, okay, have a spiritual awakening where it's random, or ask God to reveal Himself to you. All the people who you with, chilling, ask God to reveal Himself to you. Watch when He opens up His eye, open up your eyes, remove the veil, you start seeing things. Watch that same group of people you was always around. Watch them start moving different towards you. Watch those smiles and yo, my people, to all of a sudden now the sniffs and the you're gonna start seeing things to the shapeshifter. Yeah. Why? Because now the Most High opened your eyes spiritually. So now you've seen. You're seeing. So now you're gonna see the witches and the warlocks from both your mother and father's side. Witches, warlocks, covens. You're gonna start seeing that. And don't think that for 1 second when you go through this awakening in the spiritual realm, those in your family, the bloodlines, especially the spirits that some of them made deals with and sacrifices to as well. They know. Oh, alert, alert. This one woke up. Alert, alert. And this is why you get a war within your own bloodline, because of the spirits that got a hold of your bloodline and the family. The spirits that is in between that. And then, especially the ones that are low key in cahoots with them too. That's why you go through what you go through. I'm telling you. Ask God to reveal himself to you. All the people who you was with in your family, you was always around, watch them start moving different. Changing. It'll come to a point they start showing who they are. They start even sending witchcraft to you, try to sacrifice you, set you up, lie on you. This is what's gonna happen. But it's spiritual. Because now everything is getting revealed from within the family. And especially the ones that you see constantly going to church. The ones that's always in church. Those are the ones that's going to surprise you too, from both mommy and daddy's side too. You're going to be like, wait, what? You a witch? You a warlock? You a coven? You a mason and all this stuff? You're going to start seeing it from all the sides of your family. But the spirits and the things, they see you. They see you. This is why you go through the warfare. That's why a lot of you, right? They gaslit you. When you started speaking out saying what you were seeing, they gaslit you. But they all spiritual, they know. But they gaslit you, lied on you, set you up, put you in cuffs, set you up, put you in the hospital, gaslit you the whole way. You started seeing things from both mommy and daddy's side. The witches got revealed, the warlocks got revealed. All those in the dark, those who was in cahoots with the spirits too. Because you got those in your family that's from both light and dark as well. So all of that's going to get revealed around you. So you got to understand, you got family from both sides. Big family tree. Big family tree. And some of your family did do sacrifices, man. Some of them went in cahoots with spirits, man. They made promises to them, man. They even sacrificed some of their own children or loved ones so that way they probably could get a certain level of something. And it just started affecting down to the present, to where you at now with your bloodline from way back then. See? And those spirits is like, nah. We got to keep holding up the end of that deal. We got to keep doing it for this bloodline. No. And this is why they said, the cycle breaker, the curse, the generational curse breaker, the black sheep, the one that gets out. Because it be like that. You see? Now there's a distraction. There was nobody calling, there was nothing. Until you start, when you make these videos, see? Spirits get bothered when you start speaking the truth. So this is what happens. But you gotta understand something. Since a child, a baby, a lot of y'all had gifts. You still have gifts, but a lot of y'all were almost sacrificed, man, as a kid. A lot of y'all was almost sacrificed, almost killed. But God intervened. God is still intervening in your life now. Protecting, watching over. But that's why you go through the most warfare within your family. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to see them for who they are. And I told you the discernment, it don't change. That's all over the world. You're going to catch it. You even see it on social media, in the movies too, that favorite the stuff they say under the breath, the face start changing, the shifting, you feel the energy. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. Come on, man. If the Bible was already talking about Joseph going through it with his brothers, David, Luke, Mark, Matthew, and Jeremiah warns about betrayal. Yeshua talks about, warns you that following him is going to divide families. You seeing stories of people getting killed like that. You experienced the betrayal when you went through your spiritual awakening. You experienced it. Things that never happened to you all of a sudden started happening. I'm telling you, if you hadn't had a spiritual awakening, you haven't had an encounter with the Most High, ask God to reveal himself to you. And I promise you and I guarantee you that the whole circle and your day ones and co-workers and everybody who was always around and everything looks, oh, watch, go to sleep, spiritual awakening, right? Out of the blue. You wake up, you've seen things different. Watch the same people who you was always like this with, smiling with you. Watch it all of a sudden start turning to sniffs and acting weird. And you feel this weird energy. Or some of them start, the timing, the weirdness, and the shapes, the faces start shifting. Then watch you start finding out things in your family. You be like, wait, what? There's witches and there's warlocks in my family? What? You start finding cursed items. They'll start doing it from both mommy and daddy's side. You start seeing this stuff, man. It's real. It ain't fake. Then you have to look like the problem. You. But it's spiritual, man. You already see the times that we in, right? You see what's happening in this world. It's all spiritual. And this is what's going to happen to you when the Most High opens up your eyes and when you start turning to him. That's when you're gonna start seeing how people starts moving weird and funny towards you. All of that. Because that's discernment reveals people's true hearts and their motives. And you're gonna see either the demons that they fighting, that because people's fighting demons out here, they're trying to change their ways too. And then you also gonna see those who are in the dark doing things for them and doing witchcraft and all that. And you're gonna see them from both mommy and daddy side. And it's gonna keep going further. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. When you start seeing certain people start revealing themselves, you be like, whoa, whoa. Start going into that church. You start seeing those that you always saw with the church and all that, and always talking and looking like they're going to church and all that, but you be like, whoa, whoa, you in that society. Big family tree, right? So you're gonna have family from everything. Those in government, that's in Masons, those that's in societies, those witches, there's warlocks, covens from both mommy and daddy side, from your grandparents to their grandparents to their parents to their parents to the aunts and uncles way before you to the cousins and children way before that. A lot of sacrifices over there, a lot of promises, a lot of altars, a lot of that. And that's when stuff starts to get revealed to you and you be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. And that's why you go through the warfare. And you're going to experience a lot of the warfare within the family and especially at your job too. It's heavy spiritual warfare in the family and at work too. You see it even outside, but you're going to experience it a lot. I'm telling you, you're going to see. But even if when you start seeing, it's okay. Still pray for a hedge of protection. Still stay with the Most High because the Most High still protects you. Still watches over you. Still fights for you. But you see, they can't hide. They can't hide. And you see it. You see it on them. You see what they do too. And you just, whoa. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be a lot of they're gonna try to gaslight you when you go through that first spiritual awakening. I'm telling you, when you go through that, when you start seeing, they're gonna try to gaslight you. No, your mind ain't right. And these are from spiritual people. Yo, your mind ain't right. No, no, no. You ain't thinking straight. No, no, no. Then you're gonna have certain people in your family who's gonna start sending magic your way, doing witchcraft in the secret, trying to speak stuff over you, and their friend groups and their covens, and they're gonna try to do work on you. You heard the story about that lady, right? That lady's mother-in-law called her and said, you pray too much. Mother-in-law. Mother-in-law. And her son died, but that guy was sent as an agent. See, she married an agent, but the mother-in-law. It gets close to, I'm telling you, it's a big family tree you got, ladies and gentlemen. You have a big family tree. It's not the ones that you was always around. It's a big family tree from both sides of your family. From mommy and daddy to theirs. To their parents, to their parents, to their parents, to their parents. You don't know what was going on back then too. It's a lot of sacrificing in your family. A lot of sacrificing. A lot of sacrifices they did. A lot of witchcraft they did. A lot of stuff they did to certain demons. Promises. Even to the ones closest to you. They sacrificing people. And you was just a part. When you woke up, you was a part of that sacrifice. But except for the Most High had the hands. And they were like, whoa, the work. What's going on? That's why you go through the spiritual warfare. That's why the battle is intense when you wake up within the family and then at your job and wherever you go. It's spiritual. So you seeing people for who they are. You seeing it. You feeling it. You seeing what's latched onto them. You seeing some of them that's in covens. You seeing it. You seeing some of the spirits that whoever made deals with is trying to come into your bloodline. Like the ones that from way down trying to show their faces. Spirits. Spirits. And it don't matter who it's coming from. Discern. Because you'll see. You'll see. That's why you go through most spiritual warfare within the family. Because even if the scriptures talk about that, and there's been proof on that, and you seeing it on when the news talks about it in the media of stories of people turning to the Most High to Yeshua, and they're getting killed within their own family from changing a religion or something to turn it, but they're murdering somebody because of that. What? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Makes sense now what you went through, right? It's spiritual. Everything you went through was spiritual. It was spiritual. And everybody around you got revealed. That's what happened. But they got to play it cool for what they did because there's physical and there's spiritual, right? So there's laws, both sides, spiritual and physical laws. A lot of them broke certain laws. You know, the gang stalking, the illegal COINTELPRO, the fake blacklist, all the stuff that got exposed with, scripted and stage events. When you start going down rabbit holes, you start seeing the illusion theatrics in this world. You start seeing things, right? So you start seeing how it plays out too within your family too. Then it gets even more deeper that you be like, wait, some of them is not even, that's not supposed to be your soul tribe. Some of them are clones too. It gets deeper than that. Clones, NPCs. Some of them ain't even who they are anymore. They so programmed and controlled. You see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. And best believe those spirits and whoever's using them too, they know what you're talking about. But you gotta look a certain way. You had to get set up. You had to get hit with something that they set up. So that way they could protect themselves. You see this? See? You have to look a certain way. Because you turn into the truth, going to the truth. And the Most High opened up your eyes to see the truth. Yeah. You start finding cursed items in your crib. You start seeing symbolics from your family. You start seeing people from your in the churches from your family. You be like, whoa, this logo doesn't look like, or you start seeing certain symbolics, logos from masonry within your family too. You see everything. I'm telling you, you got big family tree. You got Masons in your family. You got people in your family that's with government. Secret societies in your family too. Some of them are even celebrities or went far away, but again, a lot of sacrifices in your family. A lot of sacrifices. A lot of setups. A lot of lying. A lot of betraying within your family tree from both mommy and daddy side. Both sides. Because it's a big family tree. So both sides, what I just said, that's in cahoots with certain spirits or the sacrifices from both sides. That's as deep as it gets. So it's your bloodline. So you be like, no, I don't want to follow the footsteps, or I don't want to be with the toxic, or what they're trying to do. No, you're trying to cut the cord of that bloodline. Like it's, you heard that saying, right? Like it stops with me, it ends with me. And you trying to go. That's why you stay out the way, and you changing your ways, and you relying on the Most High to help you. But you see, for your bloodline. This is generational curses and family curses. That's a real thing. Generational curses, family curses. And then it doesn't even make it better when the family is toxic. And sometimes they speak curses over people. Or they spoke curse over your bloodline from way back. Or I'm telling you, it gets deep like that. It gets deep like that. It's deep. It gets deep. And it gets even deeper. It gets even deeper. But a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of y'all who's going through what you're going through and have went through what you went through and seen what you're seeing now, a lot of y'all were almost sacrificed as a kid, yo. I'm telling you, as a baby. Almost sacrificed. Almost killed. And somebody intervened, but that was God, of course. But you find out story, you be like, whoa, that happened to me as a kid? What? I almost died. And you'd be surprised, yeah. You'd be surprised. Look what happened with Moses, right? Look what happened when Yeshua was born, right? Every baby that was born, right? What they started to do. They started killing babies in the Bible. Just to look for Moses, Yeshua, killing babies to try to find, see? So what do you think happened to you? Those y'all in all y'all families that was going through what y'all going through with your spiritual awakening. Seeing what you're seeing, all of y'all. Same thing almost happened to you when you was a kid. It was almost a sacrifice on you. And even when you got older, going through your spiritual awakening, you was getting hit with the witchcraft and the slander and the lying and the setups. And it was coming from within, from both mommy and daddy side. Sending witchcraft on you too. Coming from the church too. With fake, oh, we're going to pray for you, this and that. But you seeing agents in the church too. You seeing family members from within both mommy and daddy side that's in cahoots, and they're agents too. And they're in societies and they do that too. You like, whoa, that's as deep as it goes and as it gets. You seeing that. And then, of course, when you go to work, if you got a job or not, you start seeing all that stuff happening too. People start acting weird and all that, and moving funny witches and warlocks in your job too. You start seeing everything. Because it's spiritual, not physical. But yeah, man, This is why, someone like you, when you seek God, ask God to open your eyes, or if you have a random spiritual awakening, because it happens out of nowhere. It happens out of nowhere to some people. You're gonna go through massive spiritual warfare within your family from both sides, and you start learning things from even your grandparents, from their parents, to aunts and uncles that are no longer alive. You find out that some of them was in the occult, did witchcraft, sorcery, was friends with demons, and did sacrifices to demons. You start finding out stuff from both mommy and daddy side, man. You start finding out. Yup. But because you, the light, your energy, your aura, the Most High God, people gonna get bothered by that, and you gonna see it. Stay with the Most High. Stay in prayer. Hedge your protection. Stay out the way. Protect your peace at all time, and just keep going. But you gonna see. You gonna see. You gonna see. The Most High told you too, even in the scriptures. He told you. The prophets told you what to expect is going to happen when you follow and seek the Most High God. What's going to happen, and you're gonna experience it. You're going to experience it. It's spiritual. You're gonna see it from both mom and daddy's side. Watch. I'm telling you. And everywhere you go, in the work, the gang stalking, monitoring spirits, familiar spirits, and doing what they do. Yeah, because it's spiritual now. That's open. You're no longer looking at. That's it. That's done. You're looking at from past that, and that's why it's hard for people to fake smile in your face. It's hard for people to try to get away or manipulate, because you see, you feel. That's the Most High giving you the discernment. He's showing you. That's why it's hard. That's why people want to get out the way, or they trying to stay from a distance, but try to stay close from a distance. Like, watch, we'll try to set things in. It's like God's gonna do what God's gonna do. But that's why you go through massive warfare. So I just want to let you know. Expect that. Especially if a lot of y'all watching this video, if you haven't gone to Yeshua yet, if you haven't seeked him, or if you didn't have a spiritual awakening yet, this is what's gonna happen when you go through that first spiritual awakening. Out of the blue, you're gonna see the strange things, and then if you ask God to reveal himself to you, seek him, and he will answer to you. He's waiting by the door, right? Watch everything around you. People start acting weird and moving weird towards you. Watch, because now it's spiritual. You seeing what they no longer can hide. You're gonna hear the coughing under the breath, or saying things under the breath. The face is changing. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna see it. Because there's spirits that's in your family bloodline, your family tree. There's spirits, man. People did sacrifices and they were in cahoots with demons. There's altars, man. From both your mother and your father's side. Due to your grandparents, due to their parents, and so on and so on and so on. That's why. Some of your aunts, uncles, cousins, or whoever, some of them are doing that too. And it gets exposed and it gets revealed. So you see. Just keep your eyes on the Most High God, no matter what. Hedge your protection. God got you. You see. You see. At least you know now. When you go through the things, you be like, yo, why everybody's acting weird around me? Or why they trying to gaslight me? Or why they trying to set me up or frame me? Or why people's moving weird and all this stuff now? Now you know. Oh, it's spiritual. Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay, I get it. Don't freak out. Don't panic and all that stuff, because that's what they want, right? They want that reaction, panic. This is why I'm trying to tell you, do not freak out. When you have your first spiritual awakening, when you start seeing the weirdness, don't freak out. And it takes someone like myself who went through that to, like, you trying to speak out because you're seeing what you're seeing, and you seeing the gaslighting, and they trying to play in your face, and you see that they sending things your way, and you see how they setting you up, and you go through what you go through. So I'm trying to help you. Watching this video, when you experience that for the first time, don't panic. Relax. Trust God all the way. He got you. But he's going to reveal it to you about your family. No, you won't see it. Just don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't even try to over-explain yourself. No. Because they know. They know. People know what you talking. They know. Even those who saw what you was going through, they know. They know. And you just see how it all plays out. And they trying to in your face, smiling on, saying things under their breath or lying to your face and choking as they lying to your face. You see the fake theatrics and the act. It's not. You see it all. You see it. You feel it. And that's God letting you see that and feel that from both sides. So chill. Don't panic. Just stay and pray in your mind and rely on God through it all. And just continue to go about your day. And protect the peace and just stay out the way. But always rely on God. Don't give no reactions. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not. But don't. Pray for that. That's why you pray in your mind, right? You pray. You block. You dismantle. You rebuke. You send back. And you. Because you're spiritual, ain't physical. Alright? Now you know.